So today we are going to study an interesting theme of biology, evolution. See, famous evolutionary biologist Theodosius Dobzhansky, he said, nothing in biology makes sense except in the light of evolution. This evolution is the thing that is the answer of both unity and diversity of life, right? You have seen different types of organisms. So there is diversity. But in all of us, the genetic code is nearly same. So that is unity. In all of us, the basic cell is same. There may be different cells, but the basic structure is same. Although the eukaryotic cell differs from prokaryotic. Okay, so there is unity and there is diversity, and there is the answer to both of these is evolution. Okay, so we will study both these things one by one. Let us see the diversity first. There are diversity first. There are 1.8 million species of organisms that have been identified till now. And out of them, 1 lakh are species of fungi, 2,90,000 plants, 57,000 vertebrates, and around 1 million are the species of insects. Okay, so more than half are insects, and then different unicellular organisms. In fact, the number of species can range from 10 million to 100 million according to different people. How much, other things we will discuss later. Okay, so and the scientific name of organism consists of two things: genus, to which the species belongs, and then specific epithet, the name of the species. Okay, so two things are there in the scientific name. There are different species, different types of organisms. So how do we classify those organisms? See, we can classify them based on structure, based on function. In fact, these days we compare the DNA sequences, and there are many more basics. Today we classify the organisms these days in 3 domains of life. See, 2 kingdom, 3 kingdom, 4 kingdom, 5 kingdom, 6 kingdom. These are the earlier things. Now what right now currently is being focused is the 3 domains of lives: bacteria, archaea and eukarya. These are the main 3 domains. In bacteria and archaea, unicellular prokaryotes are there, but they have different structures. The differences and all we will study later. Archaea this domain has the organisms living in extreme conditions, files means lava, right? Salty areas, extremely hot areas, thermal springs, right? And then bacteria are there. Eukarya, these are eukaryotes in which there are 3 kingdoms are there, like kingdom Plantae, kingdom Fungi, kingdom Animalia. Protista is not a kingdom right now. Earlier it was, the organisms were kept in kingdom Protista, but now we know because of different DNA studies and all that the some of the protists, they don't even resemble their protist friends more. They resemble some fungi, some plants, some animals more. So the protists are classified into different groups, and kingdom Protista word is not used right now. Okay, so protists are there. We say different protists are there, right? And then kingdom Plantae, Fungi, Animalia. So there are different groups. Okay, if I say plants, how do if I say how you classify eukaryotes, or simply if I say on the basis of nutrition, if I have to do, then see, plants can make their own food. Hmm? Animals eat other organisms. Fungi, they cannot make their own food. They don't eat others, but they release enzymes from their surface that dissolve the nutrition around them, and then they absorb the nutrition from their surface. Okay. Protists, they have different modes, right? Some are photosynthetic, some will eat others, heterotrophic, like these. Some are the one that feed on dead and decaying matter. We will study them later. Okay. Okay, some plants are exceptions also. There is a plant Cuscuta, or we can say dodder. I will teach you later. That is a parasitic plant. Dodder also we can say. Then there are plants which eat insects. Although the insectivorous plants do that to meet their nitrogen requirement, and they also eat the animal insects, but they also make food by photosynthesis. Okay. Now if I say bacteria are, they are further divided into different groups, right? We don't need those groups right now. We will study them later. Eukarya, they are further divided into different groups. Okay, so there is diversity of life, but definitely there is unity. I'll give you some examples. See, Paramecium you can see here. It is having cilia that helps it in swimming in the water. You also have cilia in your respiratory tract, upper respiratory tract. See, when you breathe, dust particles, bacteria, etc. come, and the cilia in our upper respiratory tract will help us in removing this upwards that you can swallow or cough out. Mostly we swallow. The basic structure of the cilia in us and Paramecium is basic structure is similar. This 9+2 arrangement, that we will study in detail later when we will study cell and the structure of cilia and all these things, right? That 9 doublets are there in the outer, 2 single things are there in the center. We will study them later, right? Okay, basic structure is same. This is unity. If I say genetic code, we are talking about DNA. DNA has the blueprint, and from DNA we make RNA, and that RNA has genetic code. So genetic code is nearly universal. No, actually there are exceptions, so we say nearly universal. It is nearly universal in single-celled organism also and us also. So there is unity. All of us have came out from common ancestor. Okay, another example. You can see this jackrabbit. I have told you about jackrabbit earlier. You see the earlier lecture what I have told about its ears and all. Okay, this jackrabbit or this beautiful hummingbird. Or if I say this beautiful seahorse, if I say this beautiful giraffe, all of these organisms have basic common skeleton arrangement similar. See, all of them have vertebral column, right? Skull is on the top. So the basic arrangement, see vertebral column here. So the basic arrangement of a giraffe skeleton or a seahorse skeleton or a bird skeleton is similar, right? Okay, so these skeletons are organized in similar way. If I say frog skeleton or a fish skeleton or a horse skeleton or a bird or a lizard, their skeletons are organized in the similar way. So there is unity. Okay. From the fossil evidences, we know that different types of organisms exist right now. You know about dinosaurs, you've seen a lot of movies, right? Okay, so those organisms existed, we know about them from fossil evidences and all. So These things say that the earth is continuously being inhabited by different types of organisms since the life has evolved. And we will study everything in detail. In fact, evolution we have to study in different chapters, many chapters. Okay, hope you understood. I hope you liked the lecture. Thank you. Bye bye.